And here we are playing Horizon Zero Dawn. We've got the whole gang here. Mr. Zach Miner, one Justin Massenkill, and Ryan Clements.
Hi, Sid.
I'm going to take a guess that this is my footage. This looks like me playing Horizon Zero Dawn here.
This is indeed, and we are not actively playing this, we should say. We got a chance, you and I both did, Sid, to play quite a bit of Horizon Zero Dawn at a recent preview event. So we thought we would take a extended look at some different clips that both of us captured.
Now Ryan and I are just going to judge all of this footage because neither of us played.
That's right. Now this is also me. You can notice it's me sometimes because I kind of do the beauty shots. I kind of spin the camera around. I try to, just make the game look its best, which is actually quite easy because it is a gorgeous-looking game.
It really is. So here, this is kind of early in the game, so there's not going to be a ton of spoilers. But I believe, Sid, you were just kind of running around and stumbled across this guy who was kind of yelling at you to come over and offering up a little side quest here.
It's true. Yeah, I heard somebody shouting for help, and being the good Samaritan that I am and the quality citizen that I am, I wandered over.
What a nice man you are.
And I want to point out, Horizon Zero Dawn, I mean, this is from Guerrilla Games, the guys that brought us Killzone over the years, and this is something different. It's an open-world RPG, strong action emphasis. But one of the things that was so interesting playing it is, as you can see, these dialogue choices.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a proper RPG. It's
Right.
a proper open-world game with quests and items and crafting. We're going to be taking a closer look at all that here. But, so in this quest, well, that quest is done now.
No, this is it.
Okay.
In the interest of time, we've
jumped
ahead.
That's totally fair. So I was, he asked me to find his daughter who was trapped. So a fearsome fight.
Is that his daughter?
That's not his daughter.
Something has gone horribly wrong with his daughter.
So these are Watchers, and they just kind of did like a sort of a glare attack there that kind of.
Oh, so the Watchers did that.
The Watchers did that. Now I wanted to show off kind of an array of different attacks here. The melee in this game is actually fun. It's not something they've shown a ton of. It's not going to be mistaken for God of War, but it's very crunchy, very satisfying feel, as you can see there. I just kind of wallop those guys.
That's the first time I've seen Alloy just like go for it with melee style combat. That's
She
great.
is
Or
a
Aloy.
Badass.
Aloy.
Yeah,
Aloy.
Thank you.
Also, what was surprising to me, so you can see that you can kind of craft items here kind of mid-battle.
Real-time crafting.
Yeah, exactly. So if you need some new arrows or something like that.
Bam! Look at that. Oh,
Headshot.
that feels so
Is that a
good.
critical
Right through the lens.
spot? If you hit him in their
Yes.
glowing eyeball, is that a crit?
I
yeah.
want to point out that every time that I drilled an arrow right down the eyeball of a Watcher, a chill went right up my spine. The game feels so good. It's got a really tight feel. The mechanics are really robust. This blast bomb thing, we'll get some footage with that, I think, a little later. This is the rope caster.
Oh, okay.
And this is the one you can use this to immobilize enemies. I was trying to.
You're like,
He's thrashing around there.
Oh, here's the bomb. There we go.
Boom. Do it again.
Oh, careful.
oh,
You're a little
careful,
close.
Sid. Careful.
Hey, look, this thing's ornery. Look at that.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Get 'em.
There we go. Well done.
And there's different types of bombs that you can arm into that thing. Oh, here we go. Here's the object of our quest.
Was she just like hanging out watching you kill those?
She was
things?
up in the tree.
Oh, okay.
So that yellow rope there on the tree, we're still figuring out the controls here. The yellow rope on the tree means that you can like climb it and you can scale up that. The yellow is kind of an indicator that that's a climbable object.
Ah,
Here's another one I want to point out real quick. Something I was really praising the guys at Guerrilla, Herman and all the guys were there. Look at the facial animations.
Yeah, it's
Some
gorgeous.
of the best facial animation tech I've ever seen. And I actually didn't realize they put so much work into it.
Yeah, it's astounding. I talked to the gang at Guerrilla a little bit, kind of just about the visual fidelity. And one of the things I didn't think about when I was considering this, because I look at Horizon, I'm just like, oh, it's Guerrilla. Like, of course this is going to be an incredibly looking game.
Yeah.
Is that this is on a scale that's kind of unlike anything they've done before, right?
Oh, absolutely.
To produce the incredible kind of visual quality of Killzone, you're making kind of a relatively linear shooter. Here, you're completely open. So
What is this?
now we're jumping over to my footage for somewhat of a different tactic to approach combat scenarios. So we're using Aloy's focus here. And so that allows you to scan and tag enemies. You can see that there's a little kind of a on-screen indicator over where that enemy is. And there's some yellow highlights there. So the yellow highlights are vulnerabilities. And let's see, do I go back up there?
This is already so different.
So you can see the
from the way
blaze
Sid
canister
just-
is a weakness, right? Perhaps this is like the personality test of Sid and I. So what do you think happens if I shoot the blaze canisters with my fire arrows?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Go
Boom!
That that is satisfying.
So you
Did
keep getting these little point values. Are those like experience points or something like
Damage
that?
points.
Damage.
So those was damage popping off them, but on the side of the screen, yes, those are experience points that you
Well,
get.
because like I saw a thing popped up that said like canister explosion kill or something like that, and it said +50. So
Oh, you do get more experience. You're right.
Yes.
There's like little
Oh, okay,
events.
okay.
So if you kill by fire, if you kill by defeat, I guess I should say it is a teen-rated game. You're not, and they are robots. They're not really alive, I guess, in the traditional sense.
Right.
But they machines. They you sort of like if you use unusual methods to take them out, you kind of get rewarded
Cool.
for that.
And you'll see that here too. So you'll see that this enemy is kind of alerted, and I've used my lure ability, kind of like a whistle to hide in the grass.
what's over there?
And
What was that noise?
come to me.
Kablamo,
There you go. So see
kaboom.
+25 stealth kill.
Get 'em.
For hiding in the grass. So there's a stealth meter. You see that little eyeball at the top of the screen. So that kind of tells you the amount of noise you're making, kind of how visible you are. And Sid, I don't know if you know this, there is a crouch button in this game.
I did hear that. I did use it, but
That focus effect looks so cool. By
It's
the way.
really fun, especially when you're kind of like stumbling across new enemies, or if you're trying to track a herd. Because as you saw, like I just had too much fun blowing these
Oh,
guys
yeah,
up.
There
so
we go.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, double
No,
kill.
it started the other one on fire.
Oh, are they
too.
gonna go up too?
Oh,
There you go. So
So
the-
no, we're getting away. Oh no, not
Well,
fast enough.
did I get it?
No, those are like herbivorous type machines.
Yeah, that's the technical term.
They're not necessarily. They're not like the most fearsome machines. They're kind of more akin to a deer.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
now there we go.
Hello.
You got to keep your head on a swivel in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Let's
So
look at the loot here, by the way. Those metal shards are a form of currency. Use them also to craft arrows. The arrows, the bow and arrow mechanics in this game, second to none. But there's a lot of loot and a lot of crafting and a lot of things you can buy and sell. I really liked all that.
absolutely, kind of going into there you go, trophy earned.
Nice job.
Thanks, Sid. Kind of going along with the conversation.
Oh, this is me.
Options.
This has to be me, right?
I think this is me actually.
Oh, okay.
I think we're staying with me. Going with along with the conversation options are a ton of kind of the RPG staples
yeah.
that you would imagine. Tons of
Seasonal
loot,
gathering.
tons of components. Gathering here, you're kind of picking up materials that you can craft arrows with, or little health pouches.
Are these the items that we see on the D-pad on the bottom left there?
Some of
See
them,
like a health potion, it looks like.
yeah. So you can craft those.
Interesting health mechanic worth pointing out. You have this medicine pouch. You gather these sort of life-giving herbs and spices, all that kind of thing, and they go into that green meter that's on the upper left-hand corner of your HUD. Under the red one, the red's your actual life meter, the green meter is your medicine pouch. So as you sort of find these famous herbs and spices and drop them in there, you can use that to you press up on the D-pad to actually heal during a match.
So it looks like Aloy just hacked this machine and is now riding it around. Is that what? Am I correct?
That is
in
correct.
You are correct. And then you can see that you can then summon them kind of once you. Oops.
It's a bucking bronco.
Yeah. And there are attacks that you can do while you're on there, both forwards and backwards.
But this guy's going berserk right now.
Yeah, it's a little wild. I'm sorry, buddy.
Are there a lot of different types of machines that
Oh, yeah.
you can mount and ride
Oh,
around?
in terms of, I only know of this one, the Grazer, or Strider, actually. I think it's called Strider.
Yeah, but there are others.
There are
So
tons of machines.
let's take a look into some of the menus here. So obviously you have a bunch of different weapons types, and then they have modification slots. You can get different weapons.
That's a good looking UI too.
Oh, yeah, it's slick.
Yep.
I want this game.
Now, I want to point out this game.
Oh, photo mode. I saw photo
Yeah,
mode.
There's a photo mode. There's also custom UI
I like that a lot.
options.
I recommend the dynamic option.
Yeah.
I did want to point out, we are playing this on the standard PS4. It is a mighty fine-looking game, but this game is a centerpiece for PS4 Pro, and we did get a quick peek at the latest near-final version of the game running on a luxurious 75-inch Sony 4K TV,
my
and
goodness.
it looks, it's wild what that game looks like in 4K.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, obviously 1080 standard PS4 standard footage is also just mind-blowing, right?
It looks great.
I really don't know what kind of magic they're playing with over there in Amsterdam.
Guerrilla, known for their technical prowess, known for lots of things, but there's no question that is a particular unique strength of theirs, and they're showing it all off here. Also noticed, reasonably snappy load times, just a good a great overall experience from the technical perspective.
Well, and I would actually say no load times. Now, there, if you're fast traveling,
Yeah.
there will be a load. If you die, then there is a load. But
it's seamless between areas.
seamless running across the world,
That's correct.
going in and out of dungeons or ruins, no load times.
I should have clarified that. It was when I fast traveled, but it wasn't that bad.
I want to call this out too. Sometimes the fear with an open world game is that you're going to get like big areas that are completely flat and kind of
Yeah.
just like open. Whereas here it looks like you got a very rich tapestry of different elevations, different cover types, different like traversal methods. I mean, it seems like it's a very robusto.
Very colorful too. There's a whole lot going on. Very dense foliage.
Yeah.
and all that.
Density, I think, is kind of one of the key themes for me. The game. This is not a game where you're just sort of, running across open plains for hours on end. I mean, there's a lot going on, and here we get a look at the skill tree as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess there's kind of 3 main groups that they've organized them in, but you can invest in whichever ones you want. I tended to go for more of the prowler abilities that would let you just kind of like hide in the grass and then take people down or take machines down with one shot.
I can guess
I'm
which
guessing
tree
which
Sid went down. Yeah.
Sid very brave.
I went all in on forager.
Oh,
I
really?
wanted all those
Yeah,
herbs and
I'm sure.
spices in my
No,
little
that-
pouch.
yeah.
The
that-
non-lethal playthrough.
That's
I'm
right,
just
yeah.
going to cook and make potions.
No, I mean, I really love the brave skill tree. You see these double shot, triple shot. You can make it so you fire like multiple arrows per shot, and that just I never quite got there. Oh, here, this is good too. This is a merchant. Let's touch on this a little bit. Or no, this is just my equipment that I've got. This is my.
No, this is your merchant. You're buying and selling various goods here.
Yeah. So different armor with different sort of I just didn't
cool.
expect any of this in this
No.
game, to be totally
And it all
honest
looks
with you.
completely different.
Yeah. No, it's great.
So it's not just like you're not just buying stat
Right.
upgrades. You're buying like completely new sets of armor that change the way Aloy looks too.
And plays. Some of
Yeah.
these are highly stealth centric. Others are all about sort of damage output, things like that. You can slot upgrade items into them to kind of further boost them. Here we're looking at some of the crafting components. These are just sort of items you use to create things. Like you'll want those metal vessels if you want to create more of the bombs for the slingshot. So you got a bunch of different types of ammo, shock arrows, all kinds of good stuff.
And of course, you can craft kind of larger packs and larger quivers to carry
Oh,
more of
man.
particular types of items. I definitely hit a point when I was playing yesterday where I'm just like, now if I just explore this area a little bit, then I can start to build out my character in this way.
And then it was like, Zach, we only have a half an hour
Yeah,
until
we
we have to
have to
leave.
catch, we have to catch a flight right now.
I feel a little bit of Far Cry 3 in here.
Little
between,
bit,
like,
little
the
bit, yeah,
crafting and stuff. And that game I just became hopelessly addicted to.
You're spot on. Like you can upgrade your sort of your weapon bandolier, if you will, sort of the pouch that you hold your arrows in by hunting for animals and getting their fatty meat or their rich meat or their bony meat, different types of meat, and you use them to do different things
Look
with.
at that water.
The dynamic weather system
Oh,
in
yeah.
this game is really astounding. So I think we're going to take a couple different kind of looks at some of the weather you encounter here. But it really, obviously we have a couple different types of rain, but depending on what part of the world you're in, it really can take on a really different feel. Here, this is just wind, and you kind
Whoa.
of see how Aloy is reacting to it.
God.
Doesn't that look awesome?
It's unbelievable.
It's a really, really gorgeous game.
I want this game.
What purpose do the campfires serve?
Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on. Don't talk about
This is-
campfires
so,
yet.
yeah,
Let's all enjoy the giant robot machine.
The campfires just briefly are a way to save, quick save, load. They're also waypoints you can sort of fast travel to.
Cool.
Now this is a long neck, and this I did not
Tall neck, I believe, right?
tall neck. Sorry, yeah, I'm thinking Land Before Time.
As usual.
I just crossed wires there. But okay, so the tall neck, this thing, I didn't know what it would do. All I knew was that it looked really cool, and then I learned that by clambering on top of this monstrosity, it's totally harmless.
Don't
But
call it a monstrosity.
It's
That's
beautiful.
rude.
I meant it from the
Beautiful.
size perspective. This
And maybe
elegant monstrosity.
colossal, maybe.
This colossus. By
Yeah.
getting on top of this colossus, you can sort of take it over. You can hack it, kind of the way you did for that other creature, and it basically opens up some of the fog of war, if you may, that covers
Oh,
the map. So
cool.
it's sort of like a recon item in a way, but it's a bit of a challenge to get on top of this thing. You can see me scurrying all about here, trying to get on top of a building just as it passes by. But such a cool looking creature. And so distinctive, I think, to the game. Just again, this
It has a really iconic look,
It
and one
does.
that already is echoed in a lot of the trailers and screenshots that we've seen for Horizon so far.
Oh,
You
here
were like,
we go.
could this be it? Could this be your?
What if it just like turns around?
Turns around and vomits fire on me. No, these things are totally harmless from what I've seen. They're not to be killed. They're meant to be
They're herbivores.
meant to be pacified.
Now to climb up to its
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what these.
that-
I don't know what they eat. These machines. I haven't seen that so far.
They
Let's
like
give
motor oil.
another let's give another shout out to the character animators on this
Oh
game.
yeah.
because
Big
Aloy's
time.
Aloy's jumping animations and hanging animations
Yeah.
are ridiculous.
Look, she's making even me look like I know what I'm doing right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
I look elegant and composed.
I
when
love
was
how
anything
she
but-
even like she's kind of
Yeah, trying to center
swerving
her
around,
balance.
trying
yeah,
to stay.
yeah, this is unreal.
Isn't this
Unreal.
crazy, though?
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
clearly, I feel like objectively one of the best looking PS4 games out there.
Oh, there's
clearly.
no question.
And wait till you see it on Pro. I'm telling you, it'll melt your face.
mere moment.
Generally said, I do take some issue with your use of objective. Not here. Not here, sir.
Wow. Oh, and there you
Look
go.
at that.
There you go.
Get a little close encounters of the third kind going on here. Look at that.
This is along its
Rappel
path.
down. Rappel down.
Sense what it sees to other
And get ready for an awesome animation.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, you kidding me with this?
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Now, did you? Okay, good. I was about to say, did you kill it? Oh, good.
No,
it's
he's
still
safe
alive.
and
No,
safe and
yeah.
secure.
All right, good.
He's a buddy
Ryan.
now.
Just playing for the good guys now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So now on the map, you'll see kind of there's different kind of herds that have been revealed and different kind of other spots of interest in this region.
Yes, yes, yes.
And speaking of the open world, worth noting that kind of once you finish the first few quests, it's not really a gated open world, and so
Mhm.
you can really stumble into some let's call them pickles situations. Here's one where I got a little too big for my britches. So use my focus there to scan and tag this enemy, and you can see you can also track their kind of patrol routes. So these are corrupted enemies. and
Oh, yeah,
these are
tough.
these are even more fierce than the regular enemies. So I thought I could maybe try and pick them off one by one. Let's see how that works out for me. I'll see
I
if we can-
cannot wait to see. I'm going to say that it works out perfectly.
No,
for
no,
you.
no, these corrupted enemies, they factor into the storyline. Oh, nice use of the tripwire there.
Nice.
Thank you, sir. Now I
The
can
stun. Oh,
finish
yeah,
him
see-
off.
Yeah, you have a very different play style than I do. I would have been flailing at him and going on.
Worked
That
well.
You're getting into a very,
Here's the flailing.
You're getting into
Up,
a tight
up,
situation
up,
here.
this isn't
Oh,
good.
oh,
What is that?
oh.
No, Aloy, no.
So those corrupted machines, as
She's
part of the
sleeping.
it's part of
So here's your take on the corrupted machines, by the way.
Okay, yeah, this was a fearsome one too. The corrupted machines factor into the storyline, and there's basically some sort of mysterious corruption, for lack of a better term, that is making these machines that sort of live in a certain degree of harmony with the surviving humans, making them act unusual. And so, actually, it was very interesting. Again, sort of the world that Guerrilla's built here, going back to town when these corrupted creatures are running about some of these zones. The tribal members were very upset. They were very upset by the fact that these machines seem to be taken over by some sort of hostile force. So we don't really know much about what's causing it, but clearly a significant element of the storyline. Curious to see where it goes.
Right, and so these enemies kind of, I think as you mentioned, Sid, these ones are usually not hostile.
Right.
But because they have this corruption, obviously they want to take you out.
And some of them act differently. The Watchers, you can see I just healed out of my medicine bag there. The Watcher, yeah, this was maybe not the most wise thing to do. Oh, I got him. The Watcher, some of them act quite differently too, like, or have different attacks. So it's kind of like a different enemy in some ways.
Sid, I like how at the beginning of this fight you had a clear plan for that first enemy
And
with
then
the
I just-
tripwire, and then the two others walk around the rock, and you're like, I don't know, I only thought about the first
so
one.
is this a situation where you would say, okay, well, these guys are too strong for me. Let me go level up some more, unlock some more skills, or do you
Exactly.
Is there a traditional level up system, or is it purely unlocking skills? And
There is,
skill tree?
absolutely leveling. Oh yeah,
yeah?
100%, and that is a factor. I did go back to that area and take him out right after what you saw there, but I do want to point this out.
Yeah, take
Sure
us
you
home
did.
here, Sid.
This is the Sawtooth, and it actually looks like a smaller one. There's a much bigger one I fought earlier that took everything I had to take down. These guys are, and okay, this is a bandit. This is a totally emergent battle that's happening between a group of bandits. You can kind of vaguely see them through all the fire and debris here. They got into a fight with the Sawtooth, and I kind of stumbled upon it. So
and
these
the
are
footage is almost up.
that's right. These fire arrows definitely took him out, but it was not easy.
So Sid, game looks great, and you can't wait, I believe.
Look at that. That's right. Looks incredible. Horizon Zero Dawn coming out February
28th?
That's right, February 28th. Exclusive to PS4, of course.
Absolutely. Sid, any final thoughts?
I did want to point out, I've mentioned, if you listen to PlayStation Blogcast, I'm not always the biggest fan, or it's not the easiest sell for me, an open world game. It's big time commitment. Sometimes it's just this game actually is like right up my alley though, and I think so much of it has to do with the universe is obviously awesome, but it's actually the combat mechanics. They're so crunchy. It's so satisfying. It isn't sort of like fluffy or floaty feeling. It's meaty. It's like substantial. If this was a just standard sort of third-person action game, I would totally play this game. But the fact that it's also got all this this giant universe around it, so this one really grabbed me more than even I expected.
Yeah, and it's amazing that obviously it comes from a studio whose heritage is in a completely different genre, and yet all those mechanics that we just showed off felt so natural and so rewarding.
100%. Yeah,
I mean, to mention that this game feels super inspired. It's really really cool to see what Guerrilla can do when they can break out and try something new.
Absolutely, and I would just say, somebody who's worked here for a while and seen all the games we've put out, I think this is one of the more ambitious games I've seen PlayStation sort of work on with its internal worldwide studios. So kudos to Guerrilla Games, kudos to you, Zach, for very responsible and smart play style. And
It's its own reward.
That's right. Thanks everybody for listening. Horizon Zero Dawn out February 28th on PS4.
Hello, my name is David Ford. I am the lead quest designer for Horizon Zero Dawn here at Guerrilla Games. And with me today is Dennis Zutabir.
And I'm a quest designer also on Horizon Zero Dawn.
We're going to be looking at one of the quests that Dennis worked on. This is one of our main quests. It takes place about in the middle of the game. And what has recently happened just prior to the start of this quest is Aloy has learned how to do something new. She has acquired some new technology that will allow her to interact with the machines in a new way and override them. And so she has decided she wants to go out and test that out and make sure that it works. And so that's where we're going to pick up with the playthrough. So we're going to start off by going over and talking to a merchant and getting stocked up for our
I
trip.
need to find a machine. Test this override device.
And now what are we going to buy today?
We're gonna buy a precision bow that's gonna help us later. It's called the Sharp Shot bow.
Okay.
And I will equip it instead of the trip caster.
Okay. And what's different between this bow and the one that you have?
This one allows for greater precision. Actually, I can just go and show it in game. If Aloy pulls out this bow, she has a much closer view of which she's gonna hit. So, I guess we'll head out now.
Yeah.
We've jumped ahead a bit. Striders.
Striders. I can test the
No,
override.
no, 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 no. No, back into the grass.
Well, he might make this easy. He's going to come over.
Yeah,
and,
that's good.
come over and say hi.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. Trying to test this new spear.
Here it goes. Come on.
All right.
It worked. It's hostile.
Well, better get on before he attacks.
Yeah, better. Ooh. All right, let's get out of here.
So that's how we acquire mounts. There's a couple of different machines that we can use for mounts, and of course there are some other machines that cannot be used as mounts but can still be overridden and can become your combat buddies for a short period of time.
Absolutely. And now we're headed to the gates to meet up with Varl, one of the Nora heroes, who's been charged with protecting the valley, and he's doing a good job.
I take it?
Am I seeing things? Or were you riding that strider when you came through the gate?
I was. It's hard to explain.
I imagine so. Strange times we live in. We who've survived. I recognize you, of course. Aloy, the outcast who won the proving. I'm glad to see you survived your wounds.
High Matriarch Tirsa said you might know the way to Meridian.
The capital of the Carja Sundom? You seek exile?
No. A traitor named Olin. The Matriarchs made me a seeker so I could go after him.
Huh. Well, then you should head north to Mother's Crown. If you make it, talk to Maria. She'll point the way.
If I make it?
The trail is dangerous. Ever since the War Party massacre, our lands go unpatrolled, and our borders unguarded. We have no war chief to lead us.
Isn't that Resh's job?
Ugh. Only because Sona went missing. I'd go after her myself, but she ordered me to hold this gate with my life. And so I have.
So we're gonna ask him a question. Get some more information about something you mentioned.
Almost too many to name. The killers are still out there, and somehow they've corrupted the machines, spreading madness.
Yes. I've seen it myself.
Bandits, too. Cutthroats who snuck across the border to prey on us. The word is, there's a camp in the metal ruins upriver.
Sounds like I need to craft more arrows.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
I should be on my way.
Aloy, before you make the journey to Mother's Crown and beyond, is there any chance you could search for Sona? The tribe needs her leadership. I'd go after her myself if she hadn't commanded me to hold this gate at all costs.
Where was she last seen?
The War Party massacre site. A wooded hollow across from Devil's Thirst, on this side of the river. You might be able to pick up her trail there. She went after the killers who attacked the Proving, who killed those we love, who tried to kill you.
I get it, Varl. I'll see what I can do.
Okay. So, we're on one of the main quests, but Varl's just given us another quest that we can do. This is something that we could choose to do right now, or something we can do later. For right now, we're just going to continue on with Secret the Gates, but we may have an opportunity later to switch to the other quest.
Absolutely. Call our horse.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the first time Aloy is outside of the Embrace unaccompanied by anyone else. And
yeah, it's a big moment for her going out into the world and finding out what's out there. Oh, who's this guy?
You are the right hunter. Were you injured when the war party was ambushed?
poor guy.
Not exactly. And I'm not a hunter, or a brave, or anything really. You shouldn't even be talking to me.
I'm wondering where you're hurt. What happened?
My name's Kren. I thought I'd have a go at the trials at the hunting grounds over the rise, you know, hone my skills. It didn't go very well.
You got injured at a hunting grounds? How?
Well, I was aiming for a canister on the back of a grazer, and my bowstring snapped, and I tripped, and... forget it. It wasn't pretty, okay? I just wanted to train a bit. Hunting grounds are perfect for that. They offer trials, which are like challenges, and they give you marks if you accomplish objectives or beat certain times. The keep is up there on the hill, just to the north. Talk to him to do a trial. I'm sure you'd be better than I did.
I need to get going, Kren.
All right. Be careful, especially if you're heading north. And be sure to hit the hunting grounds if you want to train up.
So he's just introduced us to the concept of hunting grounds. Hunting grounds are places you can go and do these timed trials. And they're fun in and of themselves. They have rewards that are associated with them. There are some special versions of weapons that you can purchase that are special only to the hunting guild. What's really neat is if you do enough hunting grounds, you can actually unlock another quest series that has a nice arc to it and a cool finale.
We've jumped ahead a bit.
So this is Mother's Crown. This is where we were told to meet up with Maria. As you can see on the screen, there are a number of quests that we can pick up here. and some of them complement the quests that we're on. Some of them are completely standalone, independent stories.
Here she is.
Right now we are here to see Maria.
Come here, girl. Let's have a look at you. The girl with the mark of a seeker. The Sentinel saw you coming.
You're Maria. Varl told me you'd know the way to Meridian.
The Carja capital. West will take you to it, but their soldiers will stop you long before you get there.
They can try.
No, what I mean is there's a Carja fort that guards the pass between East and West. Word is, the Carja have sealed the gate out of fear of the corrupted machines infesting our sacred land.
So if I clear out the corrupted machines, they'll open the border?
I suppose. But I can't spare any braves to help you.
Who said I needed help?
You'll clear the valley, all by yourself.
I'm good with that.
For your sake? Better than good, I hope.
How far is the corruption spread?
I've seen it myself in machines at the head of the valley, and there's been word of corrupted machines in the south, too. Whatever the corruption is, it doesn't just affect machines. It burns flesh and sickens the injured.
Do the corrupted machines have any weaknesses?
Fire seems to affect them more than ordinary machines. A small mercy. This is a curse only the goddess can lift.
Unless we find out what's behind it and put a stop to it.
The matriarchs have spoken, Aloy. All we can do is fight, and pray to the goddess.
I should be going.
All right. Be careful out there, Aloy. I hope you find whatever it is you're after.
Just check them out for a bit.
So we've gotten some information. We need to clear the corruption zones before we can continue on with our ultimate goal, which is to leave the
So
North.
go
Carolina.
west, all the way up here, and then out to the valley. Yeah.
But we moved on to the next section. Okay, so this is an area. It's full of corrupted machines that have been corrupted by something. You've got a special way you're going to try to take this encounter down, right?
Yeah, these particular machines are highly susceptible to fire damage. I can scan them, and it will actually show that their weakness is fire. In fact, their strength is towards corruption. Yeah, and the nice thing about corrupted grazers is that they have an additional weakness, which once again involves their canisters. And I'll demonstrate this.
They're scanning for me.
Those machines. You can see the corruption from that smoke.
Just make sure he doesn't charge before he...
Almost done.
Yeah, he's spotted me. Nope. No. Ouch. Alright, let's search these for parts. Because
Seems almost to be a way of metal. Maybe that's what drives the machines now. I know
Looks like our horse is still alive this time.
is it?
Yeah.
Let's call it no.
Oh, he just took
No,
off.
the horse took off. So we're gonna have to find ourselves a new horse.
Yep.
We've jumped ahead a bit.
We definitely have a strong emphasis on tactics, figuring out what their strengths and weaknesses are, making sure that you have the right resources going into battle. But when we've designed the encounters, we've worked really hard to make sure that there's a variety of tactics. And we try to make that pretty clear often to say you can directly attack, and maybe you're playing with some
Here they come.
NPC companions, and they'll tell you, we'll follow your lead. If you want to take this stealthily, That's fine. When things go crazy, we'll jump in.
Oh dear. These hit hard, these machines. The horse is going to help you out. This is actually perfect.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that was great.
Get him.
Another one.
That was good.
Yeah.
Softened it up.
Now let's be a bit more cautious now. Some grass. See down here. Okay. How's about we switch out one of our weapons and do this. You have the shock wires.
You're going to set a trap.
Yes. Now all I need to do is lure them in. Oh. Hello there.
Hey, buddy.
Come and get me. It's effectively stunned him and makes for an easy kill.
So the corrupted versions of the machines are more powerful. They have more durability.
They bleed these corrupted liquids.
Yeah. So with the Watchers earlier, we were taking them out with one shot to the eye. But these take a little bit more punishment to be done.
Let's see how well they react to fire here. No, they won't.
Horse is still alive.
Yes. Let's forage for some healing supplies here.
Okay.
Nice, an outfit modification. Want to do this?
Yeah.
Right, let's see the outfit here. Let's upgrade this because it wait, that's this menu.
Yeah, crafting.
One slot. Bit more stealth. Bit more shockweave.
Let's go stealth.
There.
Good for getting the drop on the next encounter that we're going to, which is it's a big one.
Don't spoil it.
It's a big one. That's all I'll say.
Right, let's get to the next location. Right, so this is the gate, but it looks like it's under attack. So let's lure one of the robots right here. Yeah, that got his attention. We're still invisible. Now he's gonna, hopefully he's gonna come investigate. No, he's distracted by everyone attacking them up there.
Yeah, let's see if we can get in there. I might still be able to sneak up on one.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Uh-oh. All right, that didn't work.
Actively, no. No, but he walked straight, no, he didn't walk straight past me. Well, he did, but.
Turn back, girl.
Right.
These machines.
Right in the keys. well.
Soften him up a bit.
Oh yeah, just a bit.
There we go.
We're not out of the woods yet.
That watcher's not going to finish you off. You got this.
I got
There we go.
Nice.
All right, so we've cleared the corruption from the valley. We've defeated the encounter at the
Gates.
and maybe now
They'll let us
they'll
through.
let us through.
So, will you open the gate for me now?
You heard her! Open the gates! And send word to Captain Balon! Where are you headed, girl?
To the outer
towers!
To Meridian!
The way of broken stones is a hard run, even in the best of times. You might want to have a word with Captain Balon. He came from Meridian not long ago. You find him in the fort, on a balcony to the left overlooking the valley.
Okay, thanks.
We're the ones who should be thanking you for taking down those machines. Walk in light, Nora.
And this is about as far as we're going to go today. All right, well, that's all we have today for this playthrough. I had a really good time sitting with you and playing through this. We're really looking forward to sharing this with the world in just a few weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
The massacre was only the beginning. Who did this to us? Who attacked the tribe?
All we can do is pray to the goddess.
No. Praying won't save us. We have to find the killers.
So you will have to leave the sacred land.
Where the trail leads, I will go.
Aloy of the Nora, what brings you to Meridian?
There's a threat to us all. Men in masks, raising up ancient machines. And I've seen their leader.
From the depths, I will raise an army. A storm of shadows to take back what's ours.
What you doing to them?
Taking control. You can see the corruption coming off them in smoke.
You've come a long way since the Citadel, Aloy.
Who are you?
An interested party.
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
So it comes to this.
What is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
Go ahead and join Aloy's story 3 to 4 hours into the game.
はい、そうですね。こちらはもう本編から3、4時間過ぎた後に始まるクエストの一つです。
And we'll go ahead and go inside this fortified village.
こちら今目の前に村があります。結構固く守られている村となります。
The village is fortified because the world of Horizon is a dangerous place. There's some unknown mysterious force that's been driving machines crazy. No one knows what's causing it.
まあこの村の近くで最近には暴走化したロボットがあるということで、非常にみんなもまあ危機を感じている状況だそうです。
Let's go ahead and talk to Maria. She's the commander of this village.
この村のまあリーダー的な存在でマレアというキャラクターがいるので、ちょっと話してみましょう。
Come, let me hear your report.
Any luck hunting?
2 packs of corrupted
光
machines
が
just
綺麗
south
だ
of
と
here.
か、そのグラフィックの美しさに驚いている方多いですね。
もうめっちゃ、yeah, they say the lighting is so good looking.
It's gorgeous. Aloy wants to know what's making the machines go crazy. She's very smart and practical, and she wants real answers.
そうですね、アーロイ、まあ、これでなんで、じゃあ暴走化してるかと、そういうのを直接、まあ、話し合ってその理由を今探そうとしています。
はい。
This corruption, it drives machines into a frenzy. We need to know what's causing it.
The elders have spoken. All we can do is fight and pray to the goddess.
まあこのようにインタラクティブな会話なので、そこでいろいろともっとさらにユーザーも選択することでもっと深く情報を知ることができますね。
はい。
For heaven's sake, let's hope you're wrong.
Horizon's interactive dialogue empowers you to express Aloy's viewpoint and explore the rich lore of the world that we've created. But for now, let's ignore these other options and continue the adventure.
そのインタラクティブこのように選択肢はたくさんありますが、今回はちょっとまあクエストを進めるときより最後のさようならというのをちょっと選んで進めたいと思います。
I'll be on my way. I hope to make the border by nightfall.
Why leave our
ど
sacred
こまで聞いていいかわかんないですけど、吹き替えのところも気になってるみたいですけど。
吹き替えもちろんあります。現在収録中です。
現在収録中ということですよ、皆さん。楽しみに待っていてください。
I go. There's a village near the border. Mother's Rise. There's been no word for 2 days.
Sure, I'll check on them. It's along the way.
Thank you, Aloy. May the goddess protect.
Okay, so we just got a quest. There's a village that might be in trouble, so we're going to go check on it.
まあマレアと話したことでこれでクエストが発生しました。そのじゃあクエストを進めていきたいと思います。
It's going to be dangerous out there, so first let's get some new equipment.
非常に危険なクエストなので最初にここのまあお店ですね。そこで武器を買いたいと思います。
I hope you're looking to buy. Could use the shards. See anything you like? Sure you do.
So let's go ahead and buy 2 weapons and an outfit.
じゃあこちらでは2つの武器とあとは服装を買いたいと思います。
Okay, so first we're going to purchase the Shadow Sling. This is a really versatile weapon. It can fire 3 types of grenades, flame, ice, and shock, that do different damage depending on the machine you're fighting.
そして最初のがこのシャドウスリングという、まあパチンコの、武器なのですが、非常に面白いのがこの3つの種類の、弾を撃つことができます。最初が炎、あと氷、あとさらに電気ショックの弾が撃てます。
It also has 3 modification slots. If you fill these slots with parts that you get from the machines you hunt, you can modify a weapon's rate of fire, the damage it does, its accuracy, all sorts of attributes.
さらに横にあるのが拡張というところがあるんですが、そこにはソケットという、まあ、スロットがあるんですね。それを、いろいろロボットのパーツを拾うことで、それを足してさらにアップグレードすることができます。
And then next, let's go ahead and purchase the Karja Sharp Shot Bow. What's really exciting about this weapon is it can fire concussion arrows. These can blast pieces off of big machines and do critical damage.
であと買ったのが、カーチャの長距離用弓ですね。でその下の方にある紫の矢があるんですが、これは、爆発が起こされる、矢ですね。それを使うことでロボットのパーツなどを、破壊することができます。
And finally, let's go ahead and purchase an outfit that gives us some damage resistances.
であと最後に買うのが服装が、
And this has modification slots. In Horizon, you can customize both your weapons and your outfits.
そうです。この服装を変えることでいろいろとアーロイのステータスが変更されます。ただ今見たところソケットも2つ、服装にもあるので、それでさらにアップグレードも。
Well, I'll be off.
コメントの中でも
RPG
要素もかなり凝っていて楽しみだなというようなね、お話をしていましたね。
RPG elements in there, they're really excited.
Yeah. There's a huge amount of options to customize as you go in your adventure. So now that we're all
いやたくさんいろいろカスタマイズすることができるので、ぜひ楽しみにしておいてくださいと。
So now that we've got the new equipment, we can continue the quest. But before we leave, it's worth noticing some of these other quest icons here. If we were playing the full game, we could go get those quests. We could do the quests in any order. We would have that freedom.
さらにそうです、今からクエストを進めますが、他に2つの、青いアイコンがあるのがご覧になれると思うんですけど、それは他に別の、クエストとなります。いつでもそのクエストに進めることができますが、今回は1つの先ほどのマレイからもらったクエストを進めます。
But for now, we'll just stay focused on this one quest and go check on the village.
では、じゃあここで、村の中を外出ようと思います。
So just ahead, we can see signs of a battle that was fought here. This is a Thunderjaw that was driven crazy.
当然ここにあるがサンダージョーというロボットですが、はい、倒されましたね。
You can see that there's this terrible poison that's sort of dripping and oozing off of it.
でこれは暴走化したサンダージョーで、それが分からないこの黒い、煙が出るんですが、それがちょっと猛毒なのですが、それによってロボットが暴走化されます。
Up ahead here, we can see the watchtower that marks the edge of the valley that we're going to have to cross.
では進むのは、ここでは、村の橋の高台ですね。ここで、村人が無辺あったりしています。
I have to cross. I'm headed for the border.
Then may the goddess show mercy. The machines won't.
One of the most exciting things about Horizon's huge open world is its dynamic robot ecology.
そうですね、一つホライゾンのやっぱ特徴としては、このたくさんのいろんな種類のロボットのエコロジーですね。
Every machine serves a purpose, even if the tribes don't know what that is yet.
そうですね、まだ、アーロイもそれどういう何のために存在しているのかを探っていくストーリーなんですが、一つ一つのロボットには、役割などがあります。
Here, Aloy has encountered some shell walkers. What she does know about these is they carry valuable resources in these boxes on their backs.
こちらにいるのがシェルウォーカーというロボットですね。彼らの背中には、コンテナがあって、そのコンテナの中に非常に貴重なアイテムが入っています。
Let's go ahead and use Aloy's focus device to scan them. And oh, the clasp that holds the crate is a weak point.
はい、これは、フォーカスという、アーロイの一つのアビリティなんですが、それによって、ロボットをスキャンして弱点などが黄色くハイライトされます。
早くも絶対買うってコメント来てます。
Okay, we got all those resources, but I think we've made it angry.
そうです、はい、コンテナは、弱点を狙うことで落としましたけど、それによってシェルウォーカーが、ちょっと怒ってますね。ただ、もうアイテムを入手したので、ここは倒さないで逃げます。
Okay, now that we got someplace safe, let's go ahead and use those resources that we just got to make some explosive traps.
で、先ほどのシェルウォーカーから入手したアイテムで、ちょっと、はい、クラフトシステムを開きましたね。はい、はい、ここで、はい、罠、爆発罠というものを3つクラフトします。
Great, let's continue the adventure.
では続きます。
Okay, this watcher chasing that man has been driven crazy.
そうですね、このウォッチャーというロボットですが、見たように黒と赤のあるんですが、それらは暴走化した、はい、ウォッチャーです。
There we go. Okay, now let's talk to this man and see what's happening.
はい、じゃあさっき逃げてた村人にちょっと話してみましょう。
You did it. I came from Mother's Rise.
Corrupted attacked the village.
Yes, and something
弓
worse.
難しそうかなってきてるんですけど、そうでもないですか？
いや、そうでもないです。あとはコントロールも非常にスムースなので、ちょっと最初慣れるのはあるかもしれませんが、はい、慣れるのはすごい簡単、気持ちいい快感だと思います。
Come with me, or the demon will kill you.
I don't believe in demons, and I don't run when lives are at stake. Get out of here.
接近戦初めて見たのでちょっとテンション上がってる方もいますね。
So the village is in trouble. Some kind of demon is driving machines crazy. Let's see how much farther it is to the village.
はい、それでこの奥の村でもやはり暴走化したロボットがいるという話を聞いたので、そこへ進みたいと思います。で、ここでマップを開くのですが、じゃあどれぐらいの距離なのかですね。割とまだちょっと、はい、行くのや遠いですね。
So the village is still kind of far away, but closer by there's a herd of machines. Let's override one of those and ride it as a mount.
はい、まだちょっと遠いので、もっと速い、スピードでそこへ移動する手段を見つけます。ここの1個の地域でブロードヘッドという地域がありますね。そこへちょっと向かいましょう。
Overriding machines is one of the ancient technologies that Aloy recovers in her journey.
ここで紹介したのがブロードヘッドというロボットをオーバーライドします。オーバーライドというのは一つアーロイのロボットをハッキングするアビリティです。
Okay, so let's do a scan. What we want to do is to override a broadhead, but the broadheads are being guarded by these watchers. The herd is being guarded.
牛みたいなのがブロードヘッドなのですが、見たところ他にもウォッチャーが周りに見張ってますね。
Let's see how Francisco handles this.
はい、じゃあここでどうやってブロードヘッドオーバーライドをして、無事に行くのか、フランシスコさん頑張ってください。
Sneaking up.
そーっと行って、
Okay, so he's going to use a rope caster to tie it down and immobilize it.
このロープキャスターという武器を使って、はい、捕らえました。
But here comes some watchers.
そしたら見つかったのでウォッチャーが、はい、攻撃しに向かってきます。で一つ弱点はウォッチャーのこの目ですね。ど真ん中に当たったら一撃で倒すことができます。
Now we do the override.
ここで槍を使ってオーバーライドです。武器だけではなくこれでハッキングすることもできます。そうすることでほら青く、光るようになったんですけど、それで味方になったと分かります。
So riding a mount lets us go a lot faster, but the nice thing is you can still take in all of the beauty of the world around you.
これで騎乗することでもっと速いスピードで目的地へ行けるだけではなく、このように絶景を楽しむこともできます。僕もこのキリンさんみたいなのすごい好きなんです。
やはりこう乗るところを皆さんいいなーっていうね、盛り上がってますね、コメントもね。
目的地があともうちょいですね。
乗れるのはこれだけではない、言える範囲ですけど、
ちょっと詳しくは答えられません。
詳しくは答えられないけれど、これだけではないような点々点というところで理解していいですかね。点々点で濁しておきましょうか。はい。
Okay, so we've arrived at the village. It looks ominously deserted, so let's investigate on foot.
はい、村には着きましたが、もう人は逃げたそうですね。ちょっとはい調査してみましょう。
So this is what's been driving the machines crazy.
これがそうですね、ちょっと不思議なロボットなんですが、これが他のロボットを暴走化させてました。
Okay, so it looks very tough, but it's vulnerable to fire. Let's see how Francisco handles this.
ここでそのフォーカスでスキャンしたところ、非常に強い強敵なのですが、弱点としては炎だそうです。
Looks like he's going to take out its friend.
最初にウォッチャーを倒しますね。
Putting some flames on it.
そうですね、炎に弱いので、はい、炎の矢を使って、攻撃しましょう。
See a lot of destructible elements in the environment.
はい、これご覧のように家とかも本当に飛ぶような感じで壊れたり。
We just placed down one of those explosive traps.
これが罠、さっき作った罠ですね。はい、これはどうフランシスコ使うんだろう。撃つことで爆発させます。
Okay, we're going to call in our mount to try to get some speed.
はい、今の口笛ですけど、それで先ほどオーバーライドしたブロードヘッドを呼びました。で、今多分そのどこかから現れるのかな。今向かってますね。まとめました。アイコンでも、はい、ブロードヘッドがあと100メートルぐらい。
Where's that mount?
全然来ない。言うこと聞かない。来た来た。
Here we go. Okay. Let's use a concussion arrow to blast off that spike launcher, its weapon.
そうですね。これからはじゃあちょっと弱まってきたスパイクロンチャーという武器を破壊したいと思います。先の爆発する弓を使って。
Did it. Okay, good.
ロードヘッド呼んだのにもう死んじゃいましたね。
Yeah, we're gonna start tying it down.
はい、でこのロープキャスターで、はい、動きを捉えます。でも先ほどのジャンプ攻撃ができなくなりました。
Okay, good. Now we'll put some more flames on it and set it up for the kill shot.
でこれでまたさらに炎の矢で攻撃したら、あ、今弱点が飛び出しましたね。この冷却装置なんですが、
And it's down.
はい、最後の一撃で死にます。
So Aloy has just defeated this mysterious machine, and she's earned a level up for it.
でここの不思議なロボットを倒してアーロイもさらにレベルアップすることができました。
But where did this thing come from?
ではここのロボットはどこから来たんでしょうか。
The world of Horizon is a world of huge dangers and huge mysteries, but the answers are out there, and you.
星々に届かんばかりの塔。だがやがて偉大なる都市は闇に包まれる。人々が消え、大地は変化し始めた。新たな生命が命を宿した。だが我らは支配者ではない。それは人と機械の危うい均衡。だがこの均衡も長くは続かないだろう。嵐がやってくる。
異端児め、システムに変えるがいい。あれは呪われておる。
なんで仲間外れなの？私のお母さんは誰？
そこをどけ。手を貸すつもりがないならな。
崩れかけた廃墟の下に眠る恐ろしい秘密。
古の者たちがどこに消えたのか、なぜ機械が支配するのか、私が何者なのか。
だがアーロイよ、それは禁じられた問いかけ。
でも私は恐れない。
ならば闇に備えよう。それは明かしてはならぬ。
The original pitch for Horizon, it was very high level still, but some of the pillars that you see in the game right now were already there. The female lead, named Aloy, this gorgeous natural beauty that the game takes place in, and also the presence as the dominant life form of the machines. The machines turned out to be very much animal inspired. That is something that the game designers found to be a very natural way for us to portray these machines. We knew basically we wanted them very big and very awesome, and we wanted lots of them, but we didn't necessarily know what the exact look of it's going to be. We also played basically with more insect-like creatures or more traditional looking robots, but this whole aspect of nature basically and the majesty of nature combined with this much more sort of prehistoric looking creatures really created a very unique setting and a very unique look. There's something basically that in game design they call a tell, that you can sort of look at the creature and by how it's animating, how it's behaving, you know what sort of attack it might do and you can sort of prepare for it. And that's really important, and in that regard it really helps that these creatures are recognizable.
We came up with lots of ideas for different animals that we sort of wanted to recreate in the game. But also at the same time we were looking for different opportunities for the player in terms of maybe there should be an enemy or a machine that has a lot of loot on them. What kind of machine would fit with that? So we came up with the Shell Walker. The Shell Walker is basically a walking treasure chest. It has this super valuable loot on its back. So that's kind of where the idea then originates. You want the machine to have a certain purpose in the game.
We wanted basically every aspect basically to have their own robots, and of course basically there are lakes and rivers and other sort of water bodies in our game as well. So the Snapmaw, the crocodile, basically was specifically designed to take advantage of those sort of environments and offer the player a new challenge in that environment.
So the Snapmaw is one of the enemies that we haven't shown much of. It operates very often in groups. The machine itself is already very dangerous, especially in the water. Fortunately for Aloy we have sprint swimming, so she can swim a little bit more quickly. but often that won't be fast enough, so you have to be very careful. So Aloy has a unique ability. She can use her spear to override machines. The broadheads can, if you override them, you can use them as a mount. But if you override the Watcher, for example, you can turn its faction, so it will fight alongside, it will fight for Aloy. Then we have the tall neck. Once she manages to climb the tall neck and overrides the tall neck, she uncovers a large part of the areas, clears the fog of war in that area, but also reveals machine locations throughout that entire region. She also unleashes a big blast that stuns any nearby machines in the region. So whenever you encounter a machine, you can see it in its idle behavior. But when the machine itself goes into combat mode, that's when the AI basically takes over. But you can learn and study their behaviors and get better at defeating them eventually.
Turn back! Corrupted machines in the valley!
I have to cross! I'm headed for the border!
Then may the goddess show mercy.
Shellwalkers. Let's have a look. I should focus scan them. Got some weak spots, but they're tough. Risky, but I need the components. Two explosive traps coming right up.
Watch out! It's corrupted!
You did it! I came from Mother's Rise.
Corrupted attacked the village.
Yes, and something worse. A demon.
What do you mean, a demon?
It scuttled from the forest. Drove a group of Watchers mad.
How'd it do that?
I saw, but I did not understand. Oh, Goddess, protect us!
Keep running for Mother's Crown, it's not far.
Come with me, or the demon will kill you.
I don't believe in demons, and I don't run when lives are at stake. Get out of here.
You're crazy!
The village. I'll never make it in time. Unless I get a mount. Broadheads. If I override one of those, that should do.
Sorry, not today.
The village. What's that noise? What the hell is that? It's corrupting the Watcher? Vulnerable to fire. Here we go! This machine, it looks ancient. Where did it come from?
Your whole life you've been searching. And the elders, they've been holding you back.
The girl is a curse. She came from nowhere. She is no one.
When they told me to raise you, I didn't ask questions.
Why am I an outcast? Who was my mother?
Always you pushed for answers. Push yourself to the edge. Here in the valley, we may be outcasts, but it's safe. Out there, girl, you'll be lost. You won't know where to turn or who to trust. You'll be chasing a riddle into a wilderness of mysteries. The world of the old ones. What secrets lie buried beneath their crumbling ruins? Why Earth is ours no more. Questions, Aloy. The tribe has forbidden. What if the answers are worse than not knowing?
You can help? Or you can get out of my way.
Then be ready for the darkness. And be careful what you bring to light. Even if you do catch what you're after, how do you know it won't bite back?
Outcast! You came from nothing. You will die a nothing.
I came from somewhere.
Identity confirmed.
Even if it destroys me, I will see that. We know we weren't the first ones here. Our stories speak of the ones that came before. The old ones. The world of the old ones was so different than ours. They had built incredible cities with towers that reached the stars. But a darkness came, and their cities turned to graves. And without them, the land started to change. Their great cities faded away. And in their place came new life. Over time, one by one, the tribes came to these lands. Some small and humble, some powerful as kings. They say my tribe was the first. The first to hunt. The first to raise our bows. For this world was never ours. We've always shared it. A dangerous balance between man and machine. There's the herd. Finally. Damn it. A watcher. Better stay out of sight. Go away. No, you don't. Sorry, little one. I couldn't let you call for help. Perfect day for a hunt. This is going to be harder than I thought. Okay, this canister should be full by now. Just a couple more. Oh, come on! Yes! The stories don't tell where the old ones went. They don't tell us why the machines rule these lands. But they warn us that this balance cannot last. The storm is coming. And I will be ready.
Hi, my name is Mark Norris, Senior Producer for Guerrilla Games on Horizon Zero Dawn. And here we are, finally with Paris Games Week. We premiered Horizon Zero Dawn at E3, and at that time we only showed the behind closed doors to a number of the media members, but we've never shown it publicly. And finally, we are going to do that here today. One thing that you should know almost immediately is, yes, you can explore everything that you can see here, but we're on a quest. Now we've hidden that quest UI and that quest interface, but one of those two tribes that you saw previously in the trailer, one of them has given you a quest, and it's a quest of critical importance. And that quest is to get a very specific resource. It's a resource from the canisters that you can find on the back of this herd that we call the grazers. Now, why do you need this resource? Why does this tribe need it? What is happening in this world? Those are still things that we're going to keep a mystery. But you will desperately need to retrieve this because it's a critical part of what's happening. As you're looking at this screen, for the very first time, you're going to notice some of our UI or our HUD elements. Now, the art on this isn't exactly final, but you can start to see how the game is really starting to creep into what we're doing. You can see in the top middle part of the screen that there is a compass. Now, we've hidden our quest markers and our quest objectives, and we'll talk about a quest here in just a moment, but you can see a compass certainly denotes an open world style of adventure. In the upper right hand corner of the screen, what you can see is the very beginning of a level and an experience bar, so you can start to see the RPG elements start to seep in. In the lower left hand corner of the screen, you can actually see our health bar. It's unusual, it's painted like an arrow. Some of the tribal influences are certainly coming into the UI and HUD, and even though the art's not final, you can expect that those tribal influences will stay. You've seen a number of locales inside of the trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn. You've seen some desert, you've seen some snow, and of course you see here the forest. And currently Aloy is crouched in what we call some stealth grass or some tall grass. Stealth plays an incredibly important part of Horizon Zero Dawn. In fact, you can see the UI element for this right underneath the compass is a little circle. That is in fact a stealth indicator. And so Aloy will need to wait for the right moment in order to introduce that stealth attack.
Sorry, little one.
So we mentioned that there are a couple of RPG elements, right? One of those things that you just saw, especially if you've got the keen eyes or if we zoom in on it, is the number 825 that just popped up. So that number 825 is incredibly important. Why? Because it denotes that there are, in fact, RPG elements hiding behind the hood. That is a damage value. We call that floating combat text, and you can see that number pop up. But now we've actually also gotten into the loot menu. Now, we've described previously how important the machine parts are to the world of Horizon Zero Dawn, but here we're showing you some of those parts. In fact, that flame coil that you can see on screen is one of the elements that's required to build explosive arrows. Now, machine parts are incredibly important. The economy, the entirety of the world of Horizon Zero Dawn is built around these machine parts. So here you can see Aloy picking up what is essentially a couple of health plants. Now those will fill up your health if you get low, but the important thing here is actually what they represent. You will want to explore every nook and cranny of this open world. The ancient city, the tops of mountains, rivers and valleys, all kinds of settlements, because you never know what you'll find. Guerrilla's DNA is strong in Horizon Zero Dawn. We've talked about this game being an action RPG, but Guerrilla Games is really known for its action. What Aloy is going to do here, she's going to use what we call the explosive tripwire. And that is really used as a trap. It can be used as a defensive countermeasure, but it's mostly used as a preventative measure. She knows, because she spent so much time with these machines, that these grazers are incredibly skittish, that they will run off at the first sight of her or the first sight of noise. And she knows that if she's going to complete this quest, she's got to get those canisters. So for her, the best way to make sure this happens is to set these explosive tripwires down and try to find a way to force the grazers into the traps. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to set down a couple of these traps and we're going to try and create a distraction. The machines in Horizon Zero Dawn do have herd-like activities. And here we have a species defending itself, these grazers, allowing a couple of them to stick around to fight Aloy. This is the mighty Thunderjaw. One thing that you will immediately notice is the size differential between Aloy and the Thunderjaw. The Thunderjaw is 24 meters long and it's 10 meters wide. It has 93 destructible armor plates, each with its own health value, and it has 271 animations and 67 VFX. It has 12 attacks, it's 550,000 polygons. And so what we're taking a look at here is actually some of the strategic and tactical elements of a fight that Aloy will want to think about when she gets engaged with the Thunderjaw. So we're going to take a look right here at the fact that there's actually some weak points on the Thunderjaw. As you're taking a look at the leg here, that orange muscle that you can kind of see underneath there, that is also a weak point. If you're able to hit that, you're able to do 4 times the amount of damage that you would ordinarily do. Now the question is, how would you actually take off that armor plate? Now we give you a couple of options there, but the best option is to use the machine itself. So we're taking a look at the disc launcher right now, and you saw earlier in the E3 trailer that you can shoot off the machine. You can shoot off the disc launcher, but you didn't know why we did it. The reason why we did it is because it takes a lot of arrows to knock off a Thunderjaw's armor plate. But if you can knock off its disc launcher, you can pick the disc launcher up and use its own weapons against it, and that's one of the best ways to take down the Thunderjaw. Fighting the Thunderjaw is an awe-inspiring experience. We talked previously about the fact that it has 12 attacks. A number of those attacks that you're seeing now you hadn't seen before. It's not that it has a tail swipe and a foot stomp and a little bit of a disc launcher attack. Shooting off those disc launchers is incredibly important for a second tactical reason. It has a 360-degree absolute assault with that disc launcher that makes it incredibly difficult for you to get anywhere close to it. So you're going to want to take off those disc launchers. But if you are, you'll notice now it still has a railgun and a mouth laser. So this thing's serious. Even though it's previously damaged, it still has a huge amount of attacks. So what Aloy is going to try and do here is try to find a way to tie the machine down so that she gets a brief window to figure out her next move.
Good evening. My name is Herman Hulst from Guerrilla Games, and I'd like to welcome you to Horizon Zero Dawn. Set on Earth, more than 1,000 years into the future, this is a world that's ruled by amazing machines. And Aloy, our hero, she must use every element of strategy to take down these fearsome foes. Aloy is on a quest here, and that quest is to get a very specific resource from the canisters on the backs of the machines that we're looking at here. They're called the grazers. And the grazers are part of an entire machine ecology where each machine has its own unique purpose in the world and its own unique resources that Aloy, as the master craftswoman, can use to craft new weapons, new ammo, and new outfits. Combat is all about knowing your enemies and your environments. And Aloy is going to use an ammo type here called the explosive tripwire in order to set traps that she hopes she'll be able to push this herd into. A couple of alpha grazers stuck around here to defend the herd and to give it an opportunity to escape. Horizon is an action RPG, and you can see that the looting of the parts of the machines and the crafting of items with that is a major part of this game. Crash? Oh no, we just opened up dev mode to show you our mighty Thunderjaw. It's 24 meters long, it's 10 meters high, and you can see here the sheer size differential between it and Aloy. Now the Thunderjaw makes for a very strategic fight. It's got 93 armor plates which cover the soft tissue underneath, and if you can zoom in on these weak points, it gives you a massive advantage. Also, if you zoom in here on this disc launcher, if you take that off, you might be able to use the machine's weapons against itself. So you will prevent it from firing long-range missiles at you, and you can pick up that heavy weaponry and use it to your advantage. So let's get back into the fight, and actually recommend we get out of the way here. Thanks so much for having us here at Paris Games Week. We are